All right. Welcome back to the Paint Trips podcast. We're here with Eduardo. Welcome, Eduardo. Thank you for coming out.
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. You brought me some dope ass stickers, man. This is cool. I like that one. You did that with like a stencil?
Yeah, man. I cut this one out. A buddy of mine gave me like a bunch of old stickers, so I overlapped them. I
just laid down two, right?
Yeah. You can tell right here.
Oh yeah.
It looks all legit now. It has a little flap to peel it off.
Your name is also
yeah.
stencil, right?
Yeah, this was also a stencil. I tried to figure out maybe something cool to put on, so I was like, might as well just do some old English letters.
Dude, I have such a hard time making stencils. I said la cago, dude. And like you fuck up one thing, you mess up one little stick, y ya se jodió todo el pinche stencil, you know?
Yeah. No, it's I know exactly what you mean. Trust me, I think I did this one like 3 different times before I actually laid it down.
Same shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always go down with like a simple sketch, and I just like try to go back and just try to like do like the main parts that I'm gonna cut out. Try to do it with a marker, and then I just go back and just clean it up, and then just start cutting it.
And just take it from there. Dope. You brought a sketch you're working on.
Oh yeah, dude.
A Buddha?
Yeah, it's a Japanese from that. I don't even do it. I already forgot.
Yeah, you don't know.
It's from Japan.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're just all pen on that?
Yeah, I didn't even sketch it out with pencil. My friend was he was giving me shit because I didn't draw it with pencil. He's like, you should have laid it down with the reference, like give yourself like a actual like guidelines on how to like draw it. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna just free ball and just go all in with pen. You can tell right here.
Dude, honestly, both ways are fine. I personally, I think like both ways are fine. Like this, I would do it like this, just because like for me, it's like a sketch, you know. And then as long as you lay down the foundation, you can come in like you're going with heavy shading, you know. You're going with like heavy shading.
Oh yeah.
So si sale una linita like off the thing, no one's gonna notice, you know. Because you sketched it, so all the sketch lines you can make it disappear with that pen. So,
yeah,
that's kind of a challenge, you know. At the same time, like, oh, it's a challenge. I have to get rid of this. Pero así aprendes, dude. Like you're actually like trying to figure out the puzzle, and then next time that ever comes up, you know, like I know how to fucking fix that. Like I'm cool. You know? Really confident
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's the same thing. Like let me show you. I have I was doing some pen stuff, and I put them in here. Like these ones.
Dope.
And then there's one in the back too. There's one more.
Dope. So I'm gonna kind of hold a bit up because you kind of get a glare, you know.
Yeah.
Dope. So let's see what else you got in here, man.
Yeah, I just knocked these one, this one, and the one, the ones on the same page. The other two on the same page. I knocked them out yesterday.
Really? Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's bad, you know, for doing them all in one day. But at the same time, I know I could have taken a little bit longer. It would have been more smoother.
Yeah, obviously, if you take more time, it better be smoother, dude, or else you're not really doing anything. These are dope, dude.
Oh, see, like stuff like I love doing stuff like this. I like all the like just sketchy part, like all the little extra lines that come out.
You follow that guy Malo Art?
I don't think so.
Instagram, he does stuff like this where he like sketches stuff, but with like a line, like really.
Oh, he just
like
doesn't. Okay.
And then you can see the lines build stuff. Yeah, a veces saca the lines out of the actual sketch, kind of like you did here. I don't know. It looks cool. It reminds me of that. So that's why I'm like, I think you'll like this artist.
Yeah, I'll check him out, man. What is it? He said Malo, just Malo Art?
Yeah, Malo Art. I put him on my stories today, so you'll probably see it.
Oh, all right, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this is dope. And you did this. Your reference was like a picture, or was this?
Yeah. That one was I had a reference of I forget what it was.
You ever tried doing still life? Is this still life? Like figure drawing? You know, when you go there's a model?
I have, but like it just doesn't come out. I mean, I've done it. I'm just like I completely suck. I just suck.
It's like a weird pressure, though, right? It's like a weird pressure
because it depends too. My bad for cutting you off, but it depends too. Like I guess like how you position yourself while you're trying to draw. Because if you're drawing like this, then like up here is gonna be a little longer, and then here's gonna be all like smushed in, you know. Yeah. Then you draw and you can tell it's like super long, and then when you draw like when you're trying to put your paper or clipboard, whatever you're working on, and you see your reference, you kind of like give yourself a like idea of like where everything goes. I still have trouble like trying to figure out where everything goes, man.
But you can match it a little more, like you know, and then I think so. I think like the time is also kind of a thing. Because I feel kind of rushed. Because, like, if I'm doing a drawing, I have my reference. I can take my sweet ass time. But when you're there, you're like, man, nada más tengo una hora. I gotta head out. Like, if I don't get it now, they're not gonna let me take pictures because obviously they're naked.
Yeah.
So like, some people are cool with it, but some people are like, nah, like I'm okay. And it's hard to ask. Like, oh, can I take some reference pictures? And it's like, all right.
Are you taking classes right now still?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I took one figure drawing class in community college up here in Rio Hondo.
Okay.
And honestly, I recommend it to people porque the lady made it a point to have at least two models, live models for the entire class every week. So twice a week.
Oh.
So if you go outside of that, it's like say $5 to $10 per session. If you go anywhere else with other artists, $5 to $10 just so they can pay the model.
Mm-hmm.
But she's providing that with the school's money.
Oh.
So you do that twice a week for the duration of the class, which is probably like 3 months. You're gonna fucking pick up shit. Even if you suck at it at first, like just having that consistency, you know, te salvas un chingo de dinero. You're already just paying for the class, and you get to like actually ask someone, you know, like a teacher, like,
oh yeah, I know. I've seen videos of people like drawing stuff with charcoal, doing live. I follow some. I forgot he teaches somewhere, and he always does time lapses of him using charcoal. Mm-hmm. Like he never. It's only his clipboard that he shows, or his whatever he's working on. Mm-hmm. You can never see the model, and then he just goes in. It's crazy. He goes in. I remember one time he just did just a sketch. He did like the bones, the flesh, and he did the skin on top, and I was like, wow. I was like, man, I think I'm gonna just find another hobby.
Dude, they'll trip out so much on that.
Yeah,
because it's not like they're looking at the skeleton. Like they can't see inside the person, but they know where bones what they kind of look like. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's a weird understanding of like the human body, and it feels like, oh man, this guy's so fucking smart. You know? It's like, oh,
I know, I was so fascinated. Shit. I was just like, wow. Like I was like, damn, I don't even want to draw anymore. It feels like they have X-ray
vision and shit, huh? Like they can probably see you and be like, all right, I know how your bone looks at this point. And shit, you know? Yeah,
I'm thinking maybe they have like extra references, you know, for like the muscles and stuff. But I mean, the way I seen it, I was just like, wow, man, I don't even want to do this no more.
Nah, dude. That's it. Yeah, that can be intimidating for sure. But honestly, when I see people like that, dude, it fascinates me. Because I'm like, man, how? Because I know what goes through my head when I'm like drawing. You know, a veces estoy pensando like, oh, okay, well, I gotta make sure, like, if I'm using a reference, I'll be like, okay, so si lo veo aquí, this shape has to kind of look like this. I break it down in a little shape, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That shape doesn't look like that shape, you know? And I adjust, but I know exactly what's going through my head, you know? But imagine their heads where they're like, okay, boom, and they're already analyzing so much, like they're thinking so much.
I know,
ahead, you know, and it's like, what the fuck, dude?
They have, yeah, man. I that's just, I think it's just a lot of practice, a lot of practice. That's all it is. Like they've been doing it so consistent that it looks just so wild to us, and we're just trying to like catch up to that level.
Yeah, and anybody can catch up to that level, I think. I mean, there's certain people that are very talented right at the beginning. And some people are just gonna they're gonna get to that level, but it's just gonna take them a bit longer, you know, whatever.
It's just consistency.
But I remember how I drew when I first started. How I draw now.
Oh,
yeah. And I know I've only worked. It's not like I got more talented. It's all just been work. It's just one after the other after another from here to there, and I just learned, I guess, different stuff. So it got a little better, you know? And hopefully this doesn't pick it up. So if it does, we'll cut it out.
No, we're good, man. Yeah. I think anytime we hear a noise, automatically we're just like, something. But, no, you're good, man. Like honestly, like when it comes to like people are like, oh yeah, like you don't need to come. We're only working on this. You need to bring this type of material or like stuff like that, or like this art shows only like for these type of artists, or like. You know, or like people are just like, oh yeah, this is for the artist or some shit like that. And I'm like, man, I don't think anybody should be like, how do I explain it? Like, yeah, like excluded or like, you know, like hated on just because like they're not like at a certain skill level than other people.
Yeah.
You know, like I think everybody like never didn't off the bat start off like dropping freaking like freaking super detailed work. Everybody just built off of that, and I don't think it's right. Like people are like trying to hate on someone or make fun of people that are like just still still learning on the way. It's like, all right, dude, like it's fine. Like you probably had somebody that taught you when you were younger at a like earlier age, than other people, and then like more props to you.
Yeah.
That's good. And there's other people that never got taught by anybody, and they're just learning on them by themselves, and then they're still kicking ass.
Yeah. No, for real, man. Like you bring up a good point. Like people tend to exclude people who are still developing. Like they're still finding themselves. They're still finding out their style, their skill level,
what techniques to use too.
Yeah, they're
big
still
time
learning. But people tend to not really pay attention. Like maybe they might not hate or whatever, but they're not paying attention, which is like it's always been weird to me because I've always felt like I've been on a level where it's like it took me forever to try to get the courage to sell my stuff, to make my art and sell it. Like you said, you might have followed me a long time ago, and I used to draw turtles. And I mean, I still draw them, but that's what I would love doing. I would do stickers. I would make stickers and stuff like that. So I would trade. I would do stickers. That's how I got introduced into Instagram, because of sticker trades. You would draw stickers and then you would mail them out to people, and it was just so cool to do that.
That's dope.
With other artists, and then they would send you stickers, and it's like I have this big fat sticker book, and that's how I started, and that's how I got a little more courage to like do a little more with my art. Like, oh, okay, I said, like, maybe I should do this, and it felt good to communicate with other artists, and when my art got to a certain point, I was like, oh, okay, cool, like, I don't feel like I'm at that point. I feel like I'm still with everybody else. Like, I'm still trying to figure everything out, So it's like, you can't forget everyone else who's in the fucking same race as you, Like, they're in the same race as you. Like, if you can help someone out save time with just fucking a little bit of, like, advice, why not? It could change the entire world for this person. Just your advice.
Yeah, big time, man.
And you don't have to give it or whatever, but, like, if you see someone struggling and you don't lend a hand, even if it's, like, a little bit of whatever knowledge, like, it just feels odd to me, Si alguien viene y me pregunta algo, like, oh, how do you do this? I'm not gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna tell you. Yourself,
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are like that, man. It's kind of sucks. That sucks, man.
It's like that, man, and it sucks. And I always saw, like, I've seen people like that, and I'm always like, man, that's kind of fucked up, But I've also seen the opposite, man. Whereas people who are like really fucking talented, and you're the people you fucking see sketch and draw, and you're like, fuck, like, man, that person is so good, and you see their work and like you're fascinated how good they are, and if they give you some words of encouragement and they tell you like, síguele con tu arte, like, you can sell prints of this stuff, that fucking changes the world.
For real.
It happened to me, dude. It happened to me. That portrait over there, my friend who passed away like a couple years ago.
I'm sorry, man.
He was a fucking crazy artist, man. And he was the one who encouraged me to make prints of my stuff, my turtles and all that shit. And I was like, man, you really think? He's like, I've been doing it for fucking 10, 15 years, man. This stuff will sell. Like, just put it out there. And I was like, oh, shit. That gave me a courage. Yeah. Life, dude. And from there, dude, everything just snowballed. And it's just like, I get it. I got more confident with my stuff.
I mean, you're making a podcast, dude, helping other people out.
I don't know. You know what? And I've been finding myself telling other artists, start a podcast, man. Like, if you can, if you like them, or whatever, start a podcast. You don't need to have guests. You can do it yourself. You can just talk on yourself. I think it's valuable, one, porque you kind of work through ideas as you're trying to talk them out. You're kind of working through your own ideas, and then when you have them out, and the more you repeat them, the more you cement them in your head. Like, you know how to explain to someone what you're trying to say. Sometimes I can't figure stuff out on how to, like, explain what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Y me atrabo, But if I'm doing it more, like I feel like I can communicate with people a little more.
Yeah.
And have them understand me a little more, you know? So I think artists need that, man. That compounded with your art, like when you're gone, man, like your art and all these audio files that you've left can do good, man.
You're hitting some good points
right
there.
Imagine if Da Vinci had a fucking audio files podcast style where he talked through his
damn, man, I think everybody would have been beasting. Everybody who tried to follow him would have been like on some on some other levels.
You want to understand the person behind the art as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You want to kind of relate with them. You want to, figure out like how can a human, what makes this human create something like this, you know? You kind of also want to understand the human behind them, you know? So if people do podcasts, they can do that. They can leave a little bit of their personality of themselves here, you know, with their art, which is something in their head, and with the audio files, which is also in their head, pero se explican más. Like you can say more of what you're thinking than just in your paintings, you know.
Yeah, I know. So definitely, man.
You guys should start a podcast. Like, you guys should definitely start a podcast, you know. Yep. Even if people aren't listening, like at the end of the day, you working through your own ideas is very meditative. Like, te entiendes un poco más, you know?
You could always go back and just like
look through them and
listen to what you were saying, like how you felt or whatever you're going through in those times.
Yeah, man.
And like just like
those times, you're like, man, I was dealing with some shit that time, you know?
Yeah, or be like, oh man, I was super happy this day, and then like you go back and like look at what you were like working on or whatever. And you're just like, wow, I progressed so much from that day, you know?
That's so cool, right? Like,
yeah.
That's so cool. Like, that's why I recommend it to people, man. But, oh shit, this is dope, dude. I was looking at it. Like, when I was talking to you, I was like, oh shit, that looks dope.
that one is, it's not super funny story, but I remember one of my friends, she was, I think she was eating like a popsicle stick or some type of candy on Instagram. And she was like messing around, like showing her mouth. And I was just like, hey, I forget. I think I put like either put like laughing emojis or I put like, she was like being like, just kind of like being nasty about it. And then she sent me a picture. And then she's like, look, my tongue is blue. Or purple, I forgot. Yeah. I saved it and I just sketched it.
That came out cool. Did you do it the same way where it was just the pen?
Oh, yeah.
No, dude.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to like when I'm doing stuff with pen like straight off like pen, it tells me just to keep going even though I messed up and be like, all right, look, next time in the future, now you know like how to like do a certain line a certain way, you know, or when you're sketching something, be like, now you know, like start off the sketch this way, now you know, like, oh, you went too small, you went too big, and then I feel like that helps me out a lot.
Yeah, no, it does, man, porque like eventually you look for that stuff sooner. Like the more you do it, you'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm already figuring that shit out so much quicker.
Yeah.
Instead of like waiting till it's built and then be like, the left side's higher than the right side.
That's how I started with this. This one, like when I sketched it out, I kind of just sketched out the head first, just to get the shape of how big I was gonna try to draw it, and I just started going in like I'm doing one. I did this whole area first. And I was like, if I go down and try to like do the hands, I'm end up messing up because I'm gonna try to go back and I might smear it. So that's why I started doing this part first, and then I'm gonna try to go and try to go back and try to start from this hand and then try the other hand.
Yeah, you can do it, man. Yeah. I noticed you have your pencil wrap. Are you doing anything towards like tattooing?
I watch a lot of like tattoo videos and like people that I know. One a good friend of mine's, are really close to. He tattoos. He's always giving me tips on how to draw and stuff.
Okay, but are you interested in going into like tattooing eventually? Or?
In the future, like if I can, and if I'm able to just like put everything I got into that, and just keep on going, like that would be a good thing.
That's like a goal you're trying to do.
One of my many goals.
No, that's cool. I noticed because I tried tattooing at one point, and that was a tip that people gave me. And they say it's better if you have like a metal one.
Oh, for real?
Because it's weighted. But this was back when rotaries weren't a big.
Oh, it weighted like to get accustomed to the weight of like having the machine, huh?
There's metal ones, like metal tubes like those.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Exactly which one you're talking about.
So you kind of get used to the weight because machines were the machines are pretty heavy if it's coil.
Just
If it's
just
coil,
yes.
they're pretty fucking heavy, you know.
Just yesterday, I was trying to. My friend showed me his machines, and I was trying to put one into my pen just to get. Ended up fucking it up.
Yeah.
Ended up messing it up.
Yeah. No. Exactly. I've done all that stuff, dude. So it definitely does help. But like you said, man, eventually you gotta put it all. You gotta go all in, and I wasn't able to do that. I went all in with my painting. You know,
Dude, I mean, I
got more into painting.
they're good, man.
Yeah, so
I'm not gonna lie, like they're good.
Either I'm gonna paint or I'm gonna tattoo. And I decided to paint, and then with tattooing, there's there's more money in it. There's definitely more money, more clients. But it's like it's like I see it as like tougher in the sense that with painting, I haven't dealt with artists where it's like, oh, like you're taking my clients or you're taking my customers. Whereas tattooing, I and just based on what I've seen, I see like they're very defensive of their customers, of their things, and even if a customer goes to another artist without telling the original artist or the first person that tattooed them would kind of get either sad or just be like, all right, whatever, like, yeah, you're not longer my customer, yeah. Where it's like, I mean, people can get tattoos from other artists, you know. So I don't know. That's just what I've seen.
I think, I mean, it makes sense in a way, but it kind of like I don't think you should get too into your feelings when it comes to like stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Cause let's say you have clientele for like a person that like, hey, like they buy that off and they're like, hey, can you give me like 3 more? They're just like kind of like the same way. Like you don't have to do them right away or whatever, but off the bat they're like, oh yeah, we gave you a deposit so you can like do me these 3 paintings, right? And you're like, boom, knock one out. They give you more money because you knock one out. Go on for the rest of the year, or whatever. You know, they don't pay you all in a few months.
Yeah.
Later on, they go and like get the same three paintings, like the same kind of like similar style from someone else, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, like that could have been my money.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just like, but then like you said, they just brush it off, like whatever, it's cool. I know exactly what you mean, but like I always try to like think of all the perspectives, all of them.
No, and you have to, man. No, for real. I would be pretty kind of like not upset, but just be like, all right, cool, like that's the new person. Like you're gonna
yeah, like it's like all right, that's like you kind of like see how they are too. You're like, all right, that's the type of person you are. Like, all right, you're like, okay, or like I'm gonna just like and I don't think you should let that like bring you down. You should be like, all right, if I lost one person, later on you're gonna meet 2 more people that are gonna want your stuff, or 5 more people, 10 more people. You know, you can't just like I don't think you should just like focus on be like, all right, fuck, like this person's leaving because they're not leaving. Like they're going to get work from someone else, and then you're gonna be like, oh man, they're gone. Like, no, what the fuck? Let them go. Like you fucking probably find somebody else to pay you more for the shit you do.
Yeah, but you shouldn't blame the other artist for sure. Like,
oh no,
didn't. I mean, sometimes I guess maybe the other artist might have been shady to like push them or convince them. I don't know, but like if the client decides to go to another artist, it's not the other artist's fault.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Decided, and now that's 3. You know, that's 3 people involved. Whereas, like, if I'm doing a painting for someone and decide to get a painting from someone else, like, it's that person making the decision and not that third person that has no control.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming the person. Just they came to me.
Yeah. I know.
So there's a lot of like ethics. Someone said that it's tattoo.
It's a lot of egos too, man. Big time.
Egos, man. Yeah. But we all have egos, man. We all have egos. I don't know. I've seen various tattoo shops, and they've all had their like own kind of the way they work, their culture. You know, every shop has its own culture, and every shop has different tattoo styles, different tattoo artists, and it's just like. You're not always gonna see a good blend of all the artists like working or getting along. You know, sometimes artists just don't get along with.
I mean, they're just everybody's just people. It's just people, dude. Like, I mean, you're like your co-workers at work. You know, you guys all work for the same little company group, whatever. And it's just like not everybody gets along. Like same thing with a tattoo shop. You guys are all working for the same shop. Not everybody gets along.
For real. And it's I and there's so many more hours in a tattoo shop, and there's so much more time that's spent inside a tattoo shop, as opposed to like a office work. It's 8 hours a day. Or tattoo shops, it's longer.
Depending on what you're doing too.
Yeah, more weekends are like there. There's no week start, weekend. It's like you get one day off if that, and that's it. Tattooing's crazy, man. But I respect people that like have the talent, the people skills, because you definitely need to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
At least somewhat, at least know how to talk to people and like, explain yourself to them.
Big time, man. Yeah, I would want to, in the near future, that would be something I want to get to.
Yeah, man. You can do it, man. Just like if you already have like art friends or tattoo artist friends that are like giving you tips, man.
Yeah.
You're already think of it this way. You're already ahead. Because a lot of artists. For a lot of tattoo artists who started, they didn't have that. On the contrary, they started with an internship, and they didn't see them as friends.
Yeah.
It's just like you're the gopher.
Yep. He's just an employee here. You're not really.
There's a disconnect between apprentices and the tattoo artists.
From being around a few shops, like you can see it. I noticed it.
But I don't know. I don't know how.
Also too, like before we leave that tattooing topic, I was watching a tattoo video and some dude was just like, "You got shaky hands?" He's like, "This is good for your hand. This is good for your like."
Oh, it helps stabilize. Yeah. Yeah, because you're holding more of a.
Also, yeah, my bad, my bad for cutting you off, dude. Also, I think I seen Mike Giant talk about that. He's like he because I've seen the ones he does when he has on the Sharpie markers or pens that he's using. They're like freaking, and he says so his fingers won't stiffen up because when you're holding a pen, you're right here, right?
You're pinching.
Yeah, and then when you have this like wrapped around it, you're more up here. Your hand's more relaxed because it's more open. That's what he talked about. And I was just like
putting as much stress into
your
finger points. Yeah, no, I definitely see that. I don't draw as much as
oh, dude, man, this past freaking, I think I've put in more work in trying to draw and create more in these past 2 years than in my whole.
Since you started.
Yeah. I noticed it now that I've gotten older. Yeah, I've just been trying to draw more often. Just kind of just trying to get out of my head and put everything that I think about too often, just put it to the side and just try to focus on creating something good.
When you start drawing, what's your ritual? What do you need to have to get
coffee? all right. I'll break down a simple a weekend Saturday morning. So let's say I'll try to get around 8 o'clock, 8:30, depending if I'm not up fucking Friday night drawing after work. I'll try to get up a little bit early. I'll make coffee, and I'll figure out what if I'm going to be working on the same style I was working the night before, but I always fucking grab a blank sheet of paper and I'll just start just either drawing letters or trying to sketch out something just to get I don't know, just a warm up, just to get all the little I don't know, just to get that shit out of my system.
Yeah.
Just a little. Just
do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything just. It doesn't even have to be good. I'll just freaking draw it, and then I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'll just start setting up whatever I need. If I'm gonna use charcoal, or if I'm just gonna use paint markers or whatever.
Just set.
Yeah, I set up everything. Sometimes I get distracted and I'll be like, oh look, I have a sticker from my friend, and I'll put it in my book, and I'll try to find my book, and I'll be like, all right, cool. And then I'll go, yeah, and I'll do that, and then I'll and then I forget that I had made coffee, and I'm like, oh, the coffee's still there, right? Yeah. I'm just kind of all over the place in the morning.
Yeah, because you're still waking up. Yeah. You're still all right, 1 minute.
And then when I serve myself the coffee, that's when I sit down and I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna work on this pen drawing. all right, let me like connect my phone. Like, what reference was I using? I'll try to find if I have it on my phone or if I'm using it on a piece of paper, and then I'll just sit down, just try to get comfortable and just start drawing. I try not to like draw like in front of the TV. I try not to like watch YouTube videos. I play music on my phone, and I'll just put my headphones on. I have some like wireless headphones I put on, and that's it. My dad will be calling me Eduardo. And I'm like, what? Because I'm already in kind of like in a.
So you definitely coffee, your music. You need to have your music, and then
just I guess like a quiet place. I don't know. Just like sit down just to be comfortable.
And you always use clipboards, and because you said you had a big clipboard at home.
Oh yeah, because yeah. I have a big ass freaking. I don't even know. I think it's like that size. Mm-hmm. It's pretty big. And then I just put that one because it's when I put it on the little easel, it's like this much off the table. So I always sit up, and this is the shit I do.
So that's how you set up, and then music. ¿Qué música? Like what do you need to hear?
Damn, I go from listening to like. Dude, I listen to a bunch of shit. So I'll be listening to like I'll listen to reggae, ska, punk, hardcore, freaking trip hop, underground hip hop, jazz, blues. Like recently, I just like I'll like I guess people call like instrumental like hip hop beats mixed with like jazz. I think they call it lo-fi now. Yeah. That's what I've been noticing. They call it lo-fi. I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's all new. I thought it was just like, oh, that's jazz and hip hop, or that's trip hop. That's what I would like reference it. Yeah, trip hop. And then that's what I go to usually. Usually it's like underground hip hop, instrumentals too. A lot of instrumentals, and yeah, dude. I just depending how I'm feeling too. Like if freaking. Sometimes I'll go in like in the backyard or whatever, and if I'm like working on with like spray paint, same thing. I'll put my headphones on. I have a cup of coffee. Do the same shit.
And I tell you because I'm in yo, dude. Like for me, there's like a correlation between music and my art. Like I need to. I mean, it's weird, but I need to have music to be very productive with my art. You know, if I've gone through all my music and I've kind of played out everything, I don't paint, I don't draw as much. You know, and so I'm always looking for new music. Always. And then like, porque like when I'm there, that's when I'm my most creative. That's when I'm like working hours and hours on paintings and drawings. Porque I zone out to the new music, you know. It's like all new. It's like all like you're still experiencing it, you know. And I have to have that really often to be like painting for hours and working and like no me canso, you know.
Yeah.
But I always find that's weird, and I always ask people like, do you guys have that? Like, what's your routine like? Because my wife, when she draws, she needs to have it quiet. She can't really focus on music. She can't really have nothing really playing in the background.
I can't have music on the speakers. I can't do that. It has to be on my headphones. Yeah. And if my headphones die, I'll try to play it on my phone, and it's like I won't last as long drawing or painting or whatever I'm doing. When I have my headphones on, then I'm listening to like on speaker. It's not the same.
You can put yourself in like. I know exactly what you mean.
Put yourself in your own little world.
Like a little creative zone.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Same thing like when I'm listening to a certain song and I realize like I've zoned out listening to that song. Well, like let's say if I'm drawing and I'm listening to I don't know, man, listening to like a hardcore song, you know, and I'm freaking drawing, and I realize in that moment after like that song ends. And it kind of like just like snaps back to reality, and I'm just like, oh, damn! Like I've managed to like do so much with that song, and I'll just keep on playing that song over and over again.
Yeah. I'll find a song you're most productive with.
Yeah, and I'll just keep on playing it over and over and over. Sometimes it's like I'll be listening to like what is her name? Her name is Petty. What is her name? Something Lee. I forgot her name. I'll try to remember. Peggy Lee. Peggy Lee.
Peggy Lee.
She sings for she's a jazz singer.
Oh, okay.
I'll be playing her music sometimes too. Yeah, and she has a song. One of her songs is like Fever, really popular, and I'll have that song playing. It's been a few times that I have that song playing in the background or something when in my headphones, and I'm like, all right, and then like that song ends, and I'm just like, all right, let me play this song like 10 more times.
Yeah, that's dope. That one song that you zone out so much to, like, you get so much work done.
That was just like last weekend. That's what I remember.
From it. What was it? Peggy
Lee. The song's called Fever, but it's she has a lot of good music, man.
Lee, right?
Yeah.
Cool, dude. Like I said, I also like asking artists like, what's on your playlist right now? Like, you know, give me some suggestions of the music you're playing right now.
Shit, man, I can tell you right now.
This way, because this way, when I go to paint and be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna
right now.
Listen to that music, you know?
Right now, let's see. Oh, you know what song puts me in the freaking Miss Fat Booty by Mos Def? I'm not like it's not me being like, you know, that the song, the name is just funny, but that beat, the way it starts, and then the her name is I think you spell it Aretha. The girl who sings in that song from that sample, that's her name.
That's her name.
You can find the original on YouTube or oops. Like I'll listen to hip hop too. Like see, Blurred Out by Yomoti. Like
yeah,
dude, if you want, you can look at my playlist, dude, and you can write all that shit down, and then
yeah, man,
and you could write it before I leave. You know,
I'll get it from you before you leave. 'Cause like I said, I love music, and you know I'm always interested in people's playlists. Like I want to hear what other people are listening to, because I mean, if you got in the creative zone with a certain type of song, I want to see what this song does for me. You know, am I gonna get in the creative zone? Am I not? Like, you know, and I'm really open with music. You know, I don't think I don't like a certain type of genre. Dude, I like fucking country. I hate country. So it's like, I'm
not a big fan of country. My dad likes country. I trip out. He'll be like, we'll be driving, and then like he'll want to play that, and I'm just like, what the? I'm like, all right, man, whatever. Right. You know, I'm not a big fan, but okay, we'll play it for right now. But it'll be like yeah, I lost train of thought. I was gonna say something about.
Let's go. We'll find it.
I completely blanked out. I was gonna tell you something about a song. What was? I don't even.
We'll find it right now. These are dope, dude. Asleep.
Yeah, I actually got those screen printed. Yeah, I ordered those.
That's dope.
Yeah, I always see that when people create like stuff like that, like homemade.
Yeah.
Because those are all freaking just hand drawn.
It has like a nice coat to it, right? Like you can see, like, I don't know. I know what you mean, man. Like, there's something about screen printed stuff. Like, it looks so dope. Yeah. Yeah,
man. Oh, there we go. You're talking about like different music. Just was it? I think it was on Thursday. I was watching this video, and then they had a song playing "Creí" by los Tiranos del Norte. Y goes, creí que tu vida era mía.
I think I've heard it.
That one's. I mean, I think it's really popular, and I was just listening to that the other day, and I was just like, I was all right.
Right? You don't, but you enjoy different types of music. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Like, as long as the song is good, I don't think the genre would really matter.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you're right, man.
What mood you're in, you know? Because I can do fucking corridos, norteñas, and all this stuff.
So bump some chalino or what?
I can do all that stuff, but in only certain times, and only for a certain amount of time, like maybe a month or two, and that's it. And it's not every year; it's like every other year or something. Like, I don't know what makes me get into like the mood to hear that type of music sometimes, but when it happens, like. I'm digging it, you know, and then I stop digging it, and like I start going off into other music, and I don't know, man. It's so weird how people's playlists like grow.
Just last night, I was kicking it with my homie. We're at the tattoo shop he works at, and I guess the owner was tattooing, and I don't know if he told his daughter to bump some music to bump, or he just said, "Oh, play something," and I was. At the end, I didn't know it was her, that she was actually typing up the music to search up. She was playing nothing but like West Coast like gangster rap, and I knew majority of the songs. You know, it just I haven't heard some of those songs in a while because I haven't bumped them, and I was just tripping out because later on I see her when she walks up to the computer and she types something up, and I was just like, what?
It's been you bumping all this shit.
Yeah, I'm over here thinking like her dad told her, oh yeah, look up this artist and play this playlist. You know,
it's just her bumping.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, freaking like playing Dub C, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Ice Cube, all that, and I was just like, what? I was like, damn, I'm about to start gang banging right here.
I fucking love Bone Thugs, man. Like that's what I didn't grow up on it. I think I was just listening to older music because like they were already like not that popular, you know.
Yeah, I remember listening to them in middle school, man. That was like 2006,
yeah,
7, around that time.
Yeah, man.
They were cool.
Dude, I fucking loved Bone Thugs. And then, I don't know what happened, man. It's just their music changed, and I guess I grew, you know.
You started listening to other stuff too, man.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, man. Because then I got into fucking heavy metal, into rock. I got really deep into, like, some heavy band shit. And then that changed back to hip-hop. I mean, hip-hop's always, like, a step. Like, I always come back to hip-hop, you know. Then it went to, like, underground hip-hop. Well, I think it went to underground hip-hop before rock, you know. And then it came back to underground hip-hop, and then it just branched out into, like, other shit, dude. Then it got really weird. You know, I listen to Japanese rock. I listen to Japanese music, anime.
I was just listening to like Japanese. Well, this was like a while ago. It was like Japanese hip hop.
Yeah, Japanese hip hop.
And then they had some dope songs, but I just don't know. I couldn't read it, and I don't know what it says, so I couldn't look it up. Yeah. It's a playlist. It's a like top 10 or like or most popular like Japanese hip hop songs or something like some type of like playlist. And I'm trying to like I know what song it is. I even screenshotted it just to know, but I'm just like I don't know who to tell. I don't know how to translate. Like I don't even know if I'll be able to find the letters. You know, try to like
figure out
translate it. Yeah.
No, for real, dude. Like and how do you copy and paste from a video? You know.
Yeah.
It's not like you can copy and stick it in Google.
Yeah, you're right. You said anime. You like anime?
Yeah, man. I like anime. How about yourself?
I'm not. How can I say it? I'm not like super like.
Big?
Yeah, super big on it, but I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Like, you know, there's some people that are just like crazed, and they go to like, I don't know, they're like they know like all the animes that come out and then stuff. Yeah, they stick all to the new ones, or they go to Anime Expo and all that. Yeah. See, like I don't really do all that, but I like some of it. I like the animations, I like the style, I like the music.
Yeah, you
like,
watch like you have a favorite, you watch one that you like, or
yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. I go to conventions, me and my wife.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope, man.
Anime Expo, but I don't think I'm not up to date on like anime, like the new ones. I know of them. I know some premises, but overall, I've never seen them. Like, I know some characters, but I don't really know the storyline. It's more like older ones that I grew up with that I know a lot about because I was into them. And then now I just don't have the time to kind of keep up with all the anime, dude. Like, there's so many new animes coming out, and they're good and all that stuff. But it takes a lot, dude. Like, it takes a lot to sit down, and since they are translated, you need to pay a fucking attention to read all the letters.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like you can draw and watch anime.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I don't do it as much. Because I like to, like, if I'm going to watch something, I want to sketch, I want to doodle, I want to do something, you know? Mm-hmm. And if I can't do that with anime, like, I just don't watch anime anymore, you know? Unless it's dubbed. If it's dubbed, I'll watch. Like,
oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, like one that I watched was, like, Death Note. I hated the fucking ending, but I fucking loved the whole thing. It was so good. It was good. I liked it. I liked the little demon that followed that dude around, and I was like, this is fucking sick, you know.
And the idea behind it, like, just the plot and just how they were kind of like.
I think I don't know what they did with the ending though. Like if any of the producers, anybody who created that shit ever watched this podcast, I'm like, that was a trash ass ending.
I hate when it happens because you're so or when it happens like the second season of the anime and you're like, man, you're like even if there's more season, yeah, like I'm done, you know?
Yeah.
I've had so many, and it sucks because you invested so much in the beginning part, and you're like, oh hell yeah, that's just, I wonder what's gonna happen, and then when you find out what happens and where the story is gonna lead, you're like, man, like fuck that, like I'm not gonna watch anymore.
Yeah.
I
know exactly what you mean. Like I've seen I don't know, you ever heard of Full Metal Alchemist?
I love Full Metal.
Have you watched both of them, Brotherhood and just
Yeah, both of them. I watched both of them. Which one do you like?
I mean, I like both of the animations, man.
Yeah.
They're both sick. I like the style how they created it. I like the music that they play in between
Fucking
each.
music,
Yeah. Like I can't.
What
It's
about
hard for me. It's hard for me. Huh?
What about the storylines? Which storyline do you like?
I think brother. I like Brotherhood. Like, but I think I like Brotherhood more for the storyline. But I mean, I still love both of them. Both of them were still good, man.
I was like one of the few anime that fucking swear to God, no, like I don't care what, but it fucking made me tear up and cry. I was like, this fucking.
That one was the one that hooked me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. That my friend told me about it.
Uh-huh.
He was just like, "You ever heard of Full Metal Alchemist?" And I was like, "Dude, I never cared about anime or whatever." Like, and this was like in my like junior or senior year in high school, and I was like, "All right, man, like, I'll just take a look at it." And then I watched Full Metal Alchemist, and I was just like, "Wow."
For real. That's the same shit I did, man. I was like, what the fuck? It immediately became one of my favorite animes, man, for sure. The storyline, you know, it's weird now since you watched it. El otro día I was talking, you know, on like the solo ones on my own.
Yeah.
And I was rewatching Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
And in Brotherhood, you know, when the teacher sends them to the island when they're little kids to train.
Oh, yeah.
So they're starving because they can't kill a little rabbit, you know, because they don't feel right.
Yeah. Their boys they're kind of like
so they're
weird
starving.
about it.
Yeah, so they're starving, and then like Edward's like looking up in the stars, and he's thinking about life, and he's like thinking about being an alchemist or whatever, and he's like, alchemists have to understand like the circle of life or understand like life in order to break it down and rebuild it, you know. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And you know, he ate a couple bugs, and he's like, we have to consume energy to be able to survive, you know. So that's kind of how.
I remember that episode. I was just like,
said that
shit.
Alchemists need to understand life to break it down and build it up. I thought of artists, because we need to understand how to visually see something and break it down to rebuild it in our, you know, medium. So I was like, oh shit, like there's like a correlation between these fake alchemists.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like artists do need to figure
life
out,
lesson,
analyze what they're looking at, break it down to its simplest forms to build it up, and then refine it to match what you want it to match, you know. And you can adjust it how you want and recreate it, but you, like pretty much artists do what alchemists do, but on like paper and medium and like art, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, that's crazy, you know, that you can make certain like connections and different things with artists and like with even just life and like your stuff, you know, what you're doing. Like, and when I thought about that, I was like, man, like anime and like art and all this stuff, like you look at like everything, unless the moral is like boom in your face, there's little morals in a lot of things. Like, there's little
just little lessons that they try to
like
teach
advice, little things that they try to teach you, you know. And that leads me to a series that I'm trying to start, which is why I'm doing those studies of like the David in the back.
Oh yeah. I think you took a picture of it. I remember seeing it.
Yeah, like this one. You know, where it's like old paintings, old style paintings, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to recreate anime scenes in that style. So recreate these characters, but looking in like those old school paintings. So when I do those, it's because I learned a bunch of lessons through watching anime, dude. You know, like little dumb lessons, but in my little head, it was like it stayed in there, you know, where it was like treat people how you want to be treated, like don't bully people, like little shit.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely,
when you're
man,
watching
definitely.
it as a kid, like it like really makes you feel certain things that you know, especially anime, because anime tends to be a little more crazier topics, like
Yeah,
more
yeah.
existential topics,
Yeah.
more, you know, they're not afraid to talk about like real fucking topics in these cartoons, you know, so it seemed like a little more adultish.
That mentioning that like adult topics. You ever watch Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop.
Those
Yeah.
are they have some really like freaking mature like I don't want to say mature, but it's like real like
Topics you wouldn't think of a
strong
small kid
topics. Yeah.
would be.
And the anime is old, man. That's from like what, like 96? Well, not super old. I think in 96.
Yeah, it's older. It's like early 90s.
Yeah, it's like 96, I think, or 93. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but dude,
Correct it in the comments.
Right? It was a good anime, dude. It was definitely a good anime. But see, anime like that, even anime like Full Metal Alchemist, where it's like it talked about, you know, losing loved ones.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, hurting people to
Dude,
achieve your dreams and like sacrifice and all this stuff. And I was like, man, like not human sacrifice, but you have to give up something in order for you to receive stuff. And it seems cheesy, but like the more I live life, man, the more I realize like I do have to give stuff.
It's like it's good karma. Good karma. Yeah. That's all it is. Like, you know, you put out a lot of goodness, you get back a lot of, you know, good stuff.
But all this shit, dude, in like cartoons, you know, which is why I want to do this.
But you got to think about it too. Those people that created them, they're older, man. They're older, yeah. I think they're older than us, or about maybe, I don't know, around the same age.
The fact that they weren't afraid to introduce these topics to a younger audience. No, there's some cartoons where they think, like you can see where they think kids aren't smart enough to know older shit, you know. And it's like, you don't have to coddle your kids. You don't have to like protect them from these topics. Like you can talk about these topics to them in ways that they will understand, you know, or through cartoons that they will understand. And it can definitely help them think about this stuff at an earlier age. Mm-hmm. This way, when they become older, they can understand it more, you know, because they've thought about it for so long, you know. And some of them are crazy or whatever, but I don't think they're bad at all.
Oh yeah, there's some. Yeah, I know there's some that are like a little just like too excessive on the violence, and I'm just like, damn, like shit. And like I mean, like I think every time when I see like I'm like, damn, they got into so much detail just to be able to like blast that dude's head off. I was like, that's fucking insane.
That is insane, dude. I don't know, man. I fucking love anime. I'm gonna do those paintings soon, man. Soon.
How much? Damn, I think I want to like do some of like anime characters that I watched. You know.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to do some Full Metal Alchemist scenes, Cowboy Bebop for sure. Like just scenes that like are powerful, man. Like dramatic and shit. Like I still remember the scene when fucking they first saw their fucking reincarnated mom.
Fuck, dude. Like they're young. I think they're like one's 11 and the other one's 9 or something like that.
And it's like,
my bad. I haven't watched it in a good while. The one that I really watched recently was Cowboy Bebop, but that was already like a few months ago.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop's good, man. You ever watch Space Dandy?
No.
That one's fun.
But I have seen it. But I know I've seen the cover and stuff. So
it's
I think it might
be hilarious. It's fucking funny, dude. I like it. It's just like a fun anime, dude. It's not gonna like. It's not like crazy storyline, you know. It's kind of like a sitcom anime-ish, you know.
One that I seen was kind of crazy was called I think it's called Elfen Lied. Yeah, it's about like this girl. She's like I guess she's created inside a facility, but I guess she was created just to. I've only watched only 1 or 2 episodes, to be honest, and like. She has like something spirit, like a spirit, always kind of like taking care of her.
Oh, okay.
But it's like that's like it's like a little girl. She doesn't understand a lot about life. whatever, because she was
cooped up in
the facility. Yeah, that's how she was created, I think, or born. I don't even know, man. I forgot. But the amount of fucking blood in that thing, I was just like, wow. It's just like the only reason why I stopped watching it because I think I didn't like the storyline, or just like I just didn't like the way that they did the animation, and I was just like, whatever.
You know, do you ever watch the Animatrix? It was a movie that came out after the Matrix. You ever watch that?
Yeah.
And it had like
I know
stories and different animation.
The first one was my favorite one. Like this kid was like kind of like was just like he knew what was up with the world or whatever, and he wanted to see reality or whatever. He jumps off the building and he ends up like, you're welcome to the real world, you know?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about that. That's crazy. You're like actually the first person that brought it up ever.
Animatrix? Dude, I fucking love that movie, man. Like even like when it goes from like how it goes to the past and it tells you how humanity discriminated against the computers at one point, you know, the robots, the humanoid robots, and the animation with all that stuff looks so dope. And there's one, and I fucking have this in my head, like burned in my head, when the little kids find the abandoned building and they're like jumping off the building.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
But like from that, they do something and they start bleeding, don't they? Yeah. One of them starts bleeding. I remember that.
But that scene and the way they animated, man, it's like it was so like fluid. Like you could see like the way they made it fucking stays in my head, man. And there's been other animations that I don't know if they've used the same artist or they're inspired by that artist, but they've done like fight scenes where it's like it's very fluid.
Oh, you know? Yeah. I know what you mean.
I'm almost Naruto did a lot of something like that.
I never watched it. People always tell me to watch it. They tell me to watch that and Bleach. I just never.
Naruto did a lot like that, and then or at least certain scenes. And Space Dandy has like a couple episodes like that. I don't know the type. I don't know how to explain that animation, but
no, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like it's really like it's just like a fucking beautiful fucking masterpiece. Yes,
yeah,
it's nice.
Fluid. It makes sense. It makes sense, but they don't have to go crazy detail, or they don't have to like how in Dragon Ball Z they were moving so fast you just saw the
oh yeah,
but they didn't.
Yeah.
Like you would see the whole flow of like the arm and you would see the whole thing. They wouldn't speed it up for you or make it hide under smoke. Like they would like just. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, and I know exactly what you mean, man. It's like I said, it's crazy because like nobody ever mentions it. And nobody never mentions that freaking anime, and I loved all of them. I loved all of those freaking the little short stories, the first one was my favorite one. Yeah. Like that kid, it was just like he knew something was up. Like he's literally sitting in his classroom and he's just like kind of like. Just like this is not it. This is not life, you know. This is not. I was like, something clicks in his head, just saying like this is not me. This is not. I'm not supposed to live like this. Freaking jumps off the building. It's like welcome to the real world.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I was like, what? I was like, wow. And I think he was the one that they call Mouse in the actual movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah, right? So, is it? Yeah, I think that was him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I remember when I had the money, I started working, I bought all three of them.
I can watch the first one, I can watch Animatrix for sure, and then I can watch some of the second one, man. But the third one, I didn't. It was just too much dialogue.
Oh yeah,
it was like very dialogue heavy, and I was just kind of like, I can probably watch it now because I was younger, man. Like younger, tienes menos attention span, and now I can sit down and like. I'll sit down and watch a movie that I've watched in the past.
Yeah.
And like have like a different perspective and a different view on it.
That's how I felt about Fight Club.
Fight Club?
Yes. Yeah. I remember watching Fight Club like 2 or 3 times when I was little, and it would come out on the TV and I just did not care. I remember
didn't really get it, right?
Yeah, and then it wasn't until we were at my friend's garage. And I think he was just like, or I don't know if it was like it was like a YouTube recommendation, but this was like already like a few years ago. And a clip came out, or we were watching Fight Club somewhere, And I remember the first time I actually sat down and watched it, and he's just like, "Boom, we have reached the cabin fever." What does he say? And I was just like, I was just like, "What?" And when that part happened, I was just like, "I have to watch this movie at least 3 or 4 times." Like,
just to like get see back, right?
Yes,
now you know,
yes.
like, all right, let's see, like where.
I don't know if you noticed, but in that movie, there's a part where freaking Brad Pitt just like pops out in like different parts of the film. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, maybe I don't remember
exactly
where.
It says it says it in I think it's I don't know if he pops out like one time in the I mean I think I don't want to spoil it for you. Maybe you could. Oh yeah.
I've seen the movie. I just don't remember like because I haven't seen it. In so long.
He pops out in like 4 different parts. But that before it said that he has another split. The guy has a split personality.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's kind of like you know how he talks about split.
Like they foreshadow.
No.
Right away, like,
No. It's not that. It's more like you know how he said he's talking about splicing films at the.
Oh yeah.
It's more like if he spliced the film and put himself in the movie.
Oh.
It's I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Like I don't know if I'm like if I sound okay explaining it, but like you're watching the movie and it's like you just see little like images. That's it. Like in between in like 4 different parts.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I didn't catch those. Do you have to freeze it or you can actually see?
You can actually see it if you pay attention. Because let's say like
so
it'll be me and you and talking in the scene and he'll pop out like right here, like that. Just
really good. Oh shit. I'm probably gonna have to rewatch it to see if I can catch it.
I'm pretty sure anybody who's like hearing me talk, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this talking about?"
No, I know what you mean. Like they'll put him in the scene for like a split.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people never caught that. If whoever watched Fight Club and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, or maybe they know. I don't know.
Maybe I've never caught it. I'm probably gonna go look back. Have you ever seen that movie Limitless?
With the is that the?
I don't know.
They made 3 movies off of it, right?
No, just one. It's called Limitless. He takes like a little pill.
Oh no, but I know what you're talking about now,
dude.
I don't. But
I recommend it. It's one of my favorite movies. I talk about it all the time. I talk about it so much that my wife hates it because I talk about it so much, dude. She's like, "Fuck, let
me write it down like that way."
I think it's on Netflix, dude.
Okay.
Super dope, bro. Like every time I watch that movie, man, I start to get like all like motivated to like fucking clean my shit and like, organize, you know? Because I won't spoil it for you.
Every time I watch Fight Club, it makes me want to fucking like start like creating my own fucking cult and shit. Right? But it's like it's not like in the point where I'm just like fuck yeah. I'm just like damn, that'll be fucking sick, you know. Have like a group of people helping me out to like make a garden or something, you know.
Yeah,
like shit like that.
The amount of work that he got done just by like people dedicating themselves to him or to the cause or that's what they call it, right?
Yeah.
It's trippy. It's trippy how just like being part of the group can get to that point.
Yeah, know? Man, exactly.
Just being accepted, you know, in a group of whatever, you know, and the fact that it was secretive and it was like
at the end, like or during part of the movie, one of his like some guy he met at a it's like I don't even know how to say it, like Alcoholic Anonymous or like those
oh like
yeah, but for
the ones he was going to
yeah he one of his friends dies and everybody is just like everybody just kind of like we're just gonna put him in the backyard and he's just like snaps out of it and he's just like no, this is my friend, you know. And
they're like tripping out on him. They're like, what do you mean?
Like he died for a cause. He died for a Project Mayhem or whatever, and everybody's just like, what the fuck? Like, what, are you okay? Like, are you okay, sir?
Right? That's trippy. That is trippy. Project Mayhem.
That's what it was, man. It's kind of crazy.
What other movies you like?
I was gonna tell you, Lucy, man. You ever watch Lucy?
No, I always kind of stayed away.
What?
I don't know.
No,
it's
dude.
Good? It's good.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yes, yeah. You have to watch that one, man. It's like same thing. You know how you said the guy takes a pill and he like becomes all. Yeah, but except like she's supposed to be like, I don't want to spoil it, but she like kind of like supposed to like traffic drugs. Oh. But they kidnap her so she could do it, and at the end like she like.
That's the one with Scarlett, right? Johansson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like It's just pretty much the storyline is just like what will you be able to do if you're like your mind you're able to use 100% of your brain.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check it out, man. I've heard. I haven't heard, and it's been so long since I watched any trailer, so I think I'll enjoy it. I sometimes don't like watch movies right away because you can tell that in the trailer they've showed you pretty much everything. And it's like, like okay, whatever. But after it's been like years and you completely even forgot that movie existed, you go back. It's not like you remember the trailers, You go back like fresh. I remember watching that movie. Did you ever watch the Chernobyl Diaries? It's like an older movie.
Damn.
A couple years ago. But the poster was just like a radiation symbol, and it was just all black, and it was just the radiation symbol, and then looked down like it was a little town. That was the entire poster, so it doesn't really tell you.
Is it based on a true story or just
So it's the place is real, Chernobyl. Mm-hmm. Chernobyl, that's a real place, and it's like there was like a radiation power plant that blew up. So that entire city is uninhabitable. Like you really can't live there.
Like some Silent Hill shit? Or?
Yeah, and it's a real place in Europe or whatever. Mm-hmm. So when we go in to watch the movie, I've never watched trailers of anything. I don't even know what the movie's about. That was the movie that was playing closest to the time we were there. So me and the homies going fucking high as fuck, dude, to watch this movie. We don't even know what kind of movie it is. We assume it might be like scary movie or something, because it's got the little radar thing, or maybe a war movie. So we don't know. We go in there and it's like a documentary movie. It's like a camera movie, kind of like a Cloverfield.
Oh yeah.
Like a single.
Yeah, Cloverfield was a weird ass movie, man.
Yeah, trippy. So it's kind of like that, but they go into this town, and then the place has like people, and people get like stolen and all this shit. But I'm going through this movie, I'm watching this movie, and I'm figuring out everything as they're figuring, because I didn't see any trailers.
Yeah. So
when shit happens in this movie, I don't know what the fuck's happening, So I'm as scared as them because I don't even know what the movie's about. I don't even know anything. And I love that movie because of that. Because I didn't know shit about it. I went in and I was like, okay, what the fuck am I watching? I don't even know what this movie is. It a comedy? What's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
And I feel like if you watch trailers, you lose that sense of like surprise.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't really know. You kind of have an idea of what might happen, and you kind of know a little bit of the plot when you watch a trailer. But when you go into a movie and you don't know what the fuck you're watching, this movie's taking you. I'm
gonna start doing that.
Really, do it, man. Do it. I like people can recommend you and give you like, oh, it's a movie about this. And they won't tell you details, but it's like about this. Yeah, you lost the wonder. But if you go into a movie, you barely know the title, you saw a poster, if that, and you don't even know what kind of movie it's gonna be. So you're like, what the fuck's going on?
You make a valid point, because I'll be the one to let's say I'm watching a YouTube video, and then how they show commercials, show trailer for a movie, and I'm like, ooh, that looks good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll probably go see it at the theater soon. And like the time passes by, and I'm just like, oh, it already came out. And I just go look up the summary, the plot summary, and I'm just like, oh, all right, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even go watch it.
You're not interested. You're not as invested. If you go in there, you kind of expect stuff. Yeah. So it's not even movies when they're a surprise, man. It's on fucking great, man. They're really great. I think so. I think even the movie, when you look at it, like you watch it again, it's not even that great of a movie. It's actually a pretty shitty movie. There's fun things about it. There's really cool things about it, but it's like not that great of a movie.
That's how I felt about was it called Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf? How do you say his name?
Yeah.
That I forget why we went. I think we just want to go watch it just because, and that movie gave me so much fucking anxiety. I remember I was just like. Instead of sitting down and just kind of like relaxing, trying to watch it, I was like holding on to the front seat, like I was like, "What's going on?" Because it's like he ends up going I think like house arrest because he like beat up his teacher, or he stalked his teacher. And then he ends up being there, and he just like tries to find ways to kill time or whatever. Some guy moves in and he thinks his neighbor's a serial killer.
Yeah.
And
he starts building these ideas. And he starts
shit,
right?
Yeah. And then later on, I guess his his friend comes over and like I guess like sneaks in and he starts like record with a video camera, records everything that he's seen, right? And at the end, like his friend like the camera goes blank, goes black, and his friend turns it on and he's just like laid out like he's dead. And he's just and dude Shia LaBeouf is all like, "What's going on? What's going on?" and he opens the fucking door to his closet. Turns out his friends in his closet. He's just playing a prank on him.
But you didn't know what was going on.
No, I didn't know. Like that fucking that moment, I was just like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Fucking, how the fuck did that fool get in his closet?" You know. And at the end, after I watched the whole movie, I was just like, "Oh shit." I was like, damn, I'm never fucking watching this shit again.
But you went on a ride, right?
Yeah.
I had that. I've had these experiences of like these like they metes in a movie and shit, and like you're really like with the movie, and you're on the ride that this movie's taking you.
Yeah.
I've only had a few movies like that, you know. And another one like that was Insidious.
Oh, I never watched that one. That's
Dude,
just
Insidious in the theater scared the fucking shit out of me, and I couldn't sleep that night. Like the whole night, I was like, "Fuck."
You ever watch Darkness Falls?
Darkness Falls.
That's like a tooth fairy.
Yeah, the Guillermo del Toro one.
Is it that one?
Yeah,
and then
they don't have faces. They just have like little faces, but they don't have like.
I don't even know if it was him, but the point is like the tooth fairy. She has a like porcelain mask, and behind the mask she keeps all the tooths. So anytime it gets dark, she'll be able to catch you in the dark. Let's say you just have like a spotlight on you, like you're safe.
But as soon as it goes dark,
as soon as you step in the dark, yeah. Damn. That movie I could not fucking sleep.
Yeah. You're not the first one to tell me this about that movie.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, somebody recommended that movie a couple podcasts ago.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah,
that's great.
Darkness Falls. Like,
that's a trip, man. Because also too,
Anvil.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it.
He's like, that's a good fucking movie.
And that movie came out.
It's kind of old.
2006, 5. I don't remember, man. But yeah, dude. And then I was also watching just recently that they put certain like sounds like into scary movies. Or,
to build the tension.
Yeah. It's like little sounds, and there's like people that are dedicated to doing that.
Yeah.
Like they play a certain sound to like give you like. Yeah, and you get like fucking chills down your spine, you know, you start sweating or whatever, like any sounds for that. And I'm just like, whoa. I was like, damn, that's crazy. These people actually do that.
Yeah, man. And they'll like try to figure out how to make like the scariest sounds, like the most menacing sounding.
Yeah, and it's not even like a loud sound. It's something like just like, and it's like that shit is supposed to like creep you out. You know, you're not gonna like instantly like from hearing it, but like. It's just gonna like your body's just gonna give
tense,
you know, certain reaction when you hear that shit.
That's crazy, man. I wish I knew music, man. I really that's if I were to have a hobby, like if art were to be my full-time job, and I were to like have time to have a hobby, I would try to fuck around with music, man. I don't think I have rhythm of any sorts, but I fucking love music. I wish I knew how to make it, you know.
Shit, man, just hum some shit. You know, or like there's freaking apps that you can download and just like start making little drum pads and shit.
Yeah. I've tried fucking around with those, man, but I don't understand the rules. You know, I don't understand like how to structure things. Just I don't know. Never really given it the.
It's like the same thing with drawing, man. I think when drawing, you were just kind of like iffy about it. Like later on, you were just like, all right, like you know, let's do it, little by little, for the.
And that's why I want to try it. Like as soon as I get like time, like to be able to have a hobby.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna try, dude. I'm gonna try to fuck around with music, man.
Yeah, I just want before we like fucking.
Oh shit!
I completely forgot about we had this one. I just want to show. I just like.
Yeah.
Just show off the. Just show them off, man.
Dope. And this is pencil.
Yeah, that's pencil. And then like later on, like I first started doing it all with pencil, and then later on, like I left the blank page. Yeah, first started doing it with pencil, and then little by little.
Oh, dude, these came out great. Sick. And you're freehanding these too, huh?
Yeah, just like draw off my phone.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah, man. I've seen people that get tablets and they're like drawing like references off their tablet. And they're like, dang, you got a big ass screen. I got a cell phone, you know?
Dude, yeah. Sick, dude. This came out really good, man.
Yeah, I mean later I took out all the bad ones.
That's cool, dude.
I was gonna come through with the whole thing. Huh?
You guys just showcase your best work, man. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one. I like how this one came out.
Like the red light.
Oh, I use sometimes I use a pencil. I use a red pencil to sketch. Sometimes I use a red or blue color pencil.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Sick. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, these are from last. I'm telling you, like freaking these past 2018, 19 have been like. This was recent. This was just see like you could tell like from like how fucking scratchy the other ones look compared to this.
Yeah, it's smooth. Yeah, man. But see, you're getting the hang of it, dude. That's dope. And I like how you're carrying them, man. That's a good way to display them. Like keep them para que no se te jodan, you know?
Yeah, I mean, before I would try to keep them in a book, but I don't know if it was just I don't know if it's just like this the pressure of trying to carry a sketchbook. I like that one a lot too. Just holding it in a sketchbook and then be like, all right, this sketchbook is just gonna be nothing for portraits. And then later on, I'll just catch myself like doing some gibberish or whatever. Like, yeah. And I'm like, man, I thought this one was for portraits, or this one's for this one's for that. So I figured, like, you know what? I'm gonna just like that's why I just started carrying a clipper with paper.
Yeah, and so, then you just put them in here. Mm-hmm. That's dope.
Yeah, whatever. Like, I have another one that's just like a bunch of like random stuff, and I just didn't bring it. Yeah. Yeah, anything that's just like really random that I think will be good for like a future reference or something, then that I'll save it. If not, I'll just like put it aside, and then later on I'll look at them, see which one's good still, or if not, I'll just yeah.
That's dope, dude. So what made you like push it these last 2 years, man? If you want to talk about that.
Fuck. Cool. I mean, I'm not gonna try to get too into it, but like. Depression's not a fucking joke. That's just real. Like to anybody who like whoever like sees their friends are always just like kind of like a little like down or out of it, and then like they never really like kind of like tell them like, hey, like what's going on, and more like, hey, stop being like that and just like brush it off. It's like nah, it's not. It's like it's, and on top of that, like having anxiety too. Like like depression's not a fucking joke. It's like you know so you yourself know. You know, personally know that you could like, you're better than, you could do better every single day, but like something just fucking holds you back, and it's just like, it's just your mind, man. You need to like just get out of your head. It's like, it's not, I don't want to say it's easy because it's been fucking difficult and shit, especially like fucking just having like people like you thought you're gonna be around with like a long time just kind of like bail on you, and it's like fuck. And then it's kind of, and then you just kind of like I put myself in a position that's more like, all right, if this is how it's gonna be, then I have to figure out how I'm gonna push myself to get better and be better for myself. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. Like it's been a fucking like tough fucking. After high school, it was fucking like, because I mean I had a bunch of friends around, so it was kind of like easy to just be like, all right, we're gonna go fucking drink. And fucking so, and then it'll kind of like I'll have a bunch of people around me, and I'll be like, oh, like my depression never really like fucking like stuck too much, you know, because I'm having a good time with my friends or whatever. Yeah, so it helped me numb it. Fucking drinking a lot helped me numb a lot of things. Fucking smoking like I remember I would smoke a little bit, but it wasn't until like after high school when I started smoking a lot of weed, and that kind of like any problems that I had in that time frame just kind of like disappeared. But it's because I was like, it wasn't even just like a blunt or two. It was more like well, after that, we'll just keep smoking, and I'll just be like, out of it. Yeah. You know, reaching a certain point where it's just like nirvana, you know? Yeah. And it just wasn't healthy. It just wasn't healthy because like snap back to reality, and it's just like, still got the same fucking issues going on. And I was just trying to brush it off, just trying to like get away from it. But it's just like, nah, dude, like, just like mask it. Yeah, this is what's going on right here. Like, what are you going to do? You know, you're going to try to keep on trying to hide it with, like, fucking drugs or whatever. And it's just like, bah! Like, what are you going to do? And that's when I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just try to, like, just push myself to just, like, create more. Because, like, later on, like you said it, you got to leave something behind. Like, you're not going to be here. And, like, you have the audio files. You have this, you know? And that's what I thought about a lot. Like I gotta like if I leave this behind, like people are gonna be like, all right, this he was good at this, he was good at that. This is what he liked doing. Look at the materials he used, like all that.
Make all pain worth something, right?
some yeah,
I mean
I mean every time when I like throw a little like giggle or like laugh like that, it's not more like like I'm like laughing at it. It's more like it's just my reaction, like, oh, all right, yeah. Instead of trying to be so serious about it.
Yeah. No, I totally mean, man. Like I know what you mean. I don't understand certain like things because like I've never felt that way, but I can definitely relate because I've had loved ones who've doubted this, and it's not, in a Hispanic family lo ven como que like
you're just being real. Lazy. You're just being lazy,
real,
like
or like
échale
ganas, mijo, or something. They don't really understand like, what's actually going. Like this is not just this is not like this is not a time in your life. Like this might be like something you've been dealing with for a while, and it's like it's not as easy as like, oh, just be happy or just be. On the contrary, even if you like tell someone just be happy, like it might make someone feel even worse because they can't control that. Like you don't have control.
Yeah, that's how I kind of like when I say like just brush it off, and it's like nah.
For it. Like you shouldn't. Like honestly, you shouldn't. Like people can't help but feel like that. Like you're not gonna tell someone if they've had a pain in their leg for a long time and it's just hurting and hurting and hurting. You're not gonna tell them just walk it off. Like, dude, it's been fucking years. This doesn't go away. It's like it's just something you have to accept and like work your life around. And like I don't, like I said, I don't understand. This is just based on people I've loved ones that
even do
with stuff like this.
Yeah. Even you just trying to understand like how what people are going through. That's a big plus. Because later on, like I don't know, man, you probably have like other people that you can help out.
Yeah. No, and honestly, man, that's one of the big reasons that I say that the "you matter" thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 words.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
because
big time.
That might help someone, and it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna enlighten anyone, but if someone's dealing with stuff, if they see those 2 words, it might just be like, all right, at least I can get through today. Okay, like I'm cool today, but that's why I try to repeat it and like leave it everywhere and stuff, because it might help someone because it's helped me and it's might help.
That's what for a while when I like. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
You don't have to get
No, it's just
stuff.
like the same thing. How you said that you matter thing. I was doing smile. That's how. I mean, I always like drawing and stuff, but that's kind of like one thing that kind of like, all right, like I'm gonna try to do something a little bit more different than what I do now. Something a little bit more positive. So I would do like the same thing I did the stencils. I did a smile stencil, simple letters, and then I put it on a sticker. I remember we used to give those out. Yeah. And that's how I just started off with that, and then later on I just kind of like stopped doing that, and then like it kind of like helped me a little bit to just like it was like a daily reminder, when I would see it, just to like instead of being sad about something, just kind of like, hey man, smile, and then like now like now that I feel like more positive about a lot of things, I've been able to like fucking draw more often.
Good, That's good. Like,
that's why I said I've been able to draw in these past 2 years a little bit more than when I used to before. And it was also a lot of doubt too, like more like, oh, I can't draw this is not good. And it's like I kind of just like took all that shit and just said fuck it. If it comes out good, it comes out good. If it doesn't, how am I gonna learn if I don't just continue doing this? Because if I say like, oh, this doesn't come out good, throw it away and I don't try doing it, then I'm not gonna progress. I'm not gonna learn. Like
you're gonna be stuck.
Yeah. It's gonna be like every time I draw, I'm gonna be like, oh, it looks like crap. I'm gonna just throw it away. Yeah. And so you could tell. I mean, you could tell like my stuff is not fucking all that. But the thing is, I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's been motivating me, and just not giving up, just trying to like keep going.
And you shouldn't, man. Like that's how everybody starts, and that's the road. That's your road. Like that's, there's gonna be hurdles you need to overcome
Oh yeah.
creating art, but that's how you overcome them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But if you're not constantly trying to get out all those errors, get out all those mistakes, and I don't know where I heard this, but they were talking about how when artists create, they don't create to match perfection. They just arrange mistakes in a composition that allows this creation to look like beautiful. You know what I mean? Like you're aligning, you know, odd shapes, and you're moving it, and the purpose is not to recreate and match exactly this, but to give it style and arrange it in a way where you think this looks dope, like it looks cool right now. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't match it, it doesn't match it exactly, but it looks like something nice.
You could tell where you got your reference from, and you just kind of give it that little
you give it your style,
little touch,
you give it twist, you arrange, you know. I say mistakes, but it's just like lines that aren't part of the reference. They're not mistakes, they're just lines and additions that you're adding that's not exactly to the reference, but it gives the drawing shape and it makes it look nice, you know, whether it's a background or, you know, sometimes with tattoo artists they add little smoke that cuts through something, you know, like that's a style they decided to add to their portrait. Now they're not just copying a reference.
Yeah.
So,
I know what you mean, man. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I've drawn, and it's like it doesn't look exactly like what I've. Like what I'm like straight up like that does not look exactly like what I'm trying to do, but
and it shouldn't because you're interpreting. This is how you're viewing things, and this is how you stylize this.
Yeah, this is how this is how it's coming out, because this is like how far I progressed. Mm-hmm. This is how it's coming out, how far, like, because the way I'm like how I'm like approaching it, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like if I like I said it, if I don't continue, like, and I just give up, and then like, well, then how am I gonna get any better? Yeah. Like I already know there's a like I've drawn all through, like I've drawn like since I was like 5 years old, mm-hmm. you know, but it wasn't always like super consistent.
Yeah, it's just
you know.
Like doing the artistic stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then there'll be once in a while there'll be something that looks good, and it's like, all right, then it takes me and it takes me like months later, a year later, and I like something that I've created looks good again, but it's not consistent. But I've drawn in between those processes of like certain pieces that look nice, there's a bunch of like 20 crappy ones, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's and it's not that I mean, it's just fucking like just learning on my own. I've taken like one art class. Yeah. So, and then I took one college class, like, but it was just, I mean, kind of just taught me basics that I already knew, like, you know.
No, I know what you mean. Like the consistency is like the biggest factor, and you're self-taught, I guess, in a sense that you're not doing it because it's a school assignment. You're doing it because you want to do it. Mm-hmm. You want to get better.
Yeah.
You're doing it to get better, but you're not doing it because your teacher tells you got to fill up a sketch.
Oh, fuck no. Nah.
Which is like the difference, you know, in the way you're approaching and the way, you know, the school would approach it, you know. Like you're doing it because it's passion, but it's not because it's like a requirement for a class. They require it because they know that's what's going to get people better,
mm-hmm.
you know, but you already like, you know that's what's going to get you better. The consistency, the doing it more and more and more and more. And it's just something you don't have to go fucking pay whatever $100 to do, you know? It's like,
yeah.
It's just something people just gotta be fucking on it and disciplined. And
that's a big part too, man. There's just the discipline. Yeah, that's a big part.
With, man. I struggle with discipline. Like, I don't really have routines, really, you know, I don't have a lot of routines, like, and I see where I lack that, you know, and I see the benefits of having that routine, you know.
Yeah. That's how it is. Like before, I wouldn't wake up in the morning and drink coffee and start drawing. Mm-hmm. I'll wake up in the morning, get on my phone, and just fucking watch videos, and then by the time I realize it's already like 10, I'm like, oh. Yeah. And then I'll have to start doing chores and stuff, you know, like washing my clothes or all that. Yeah, and then I'm just like, all right, by the time I get done, like taking care of that, it's already like maybe like 12, maybe 1. Mm-hmm. But that's already like, because I'm already like finishing up the things that I had to do. You know, imagine like, and then on top of that, like, you get older and it's like responsibilities, like, or your car, you know, or you got to go help a family member with this and that, and it's kind of like takes away your time, and you're just like,
Yeah, dude. It's like you got, and it makes you cherish.
cherish. Yeah,
dude, I have problems with my SH and my CH.
You're good, man.
For a long time, I used to say I would have trouble distinguishing between chin and shin.
Oh,
I would kind of do the same. I would kind of
say it's just you, like when you pronounce it, you're kind of be like,
it all sounded sh. It all
sounded
sh,
okay.
And I think it's because where I'm from. I'm from Chihuahua, Mexico, and I guess people from there have like a strong sh sound to their speech.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it sounded like. But I just remember being young and being like when my teacher pointed it out, I was like, "What do you mean? I'm saying the exact same shit."
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's like people from anybody from around the world, like different parts of like Latin America, and they have a different. They speak Spanish, but with an accent. With a different accent, though. Yeah. Or they'll pronounce certain syllables or certain letters differently. Yeah. And it's like you could tell like it's a big diversity. A lot of people speak Spanish, but they just
speak it different.
Yeah, they the way they pronounce words is just different.
And then even words have different meanings, and like, excuse if I offend anybody. I guess in the Spanish I speak or from my parents, the pepitas are like the pumpkin seeds.
Oh,
but in Honduras, pepitas means like the female vagina. That's
what?
like slang for female vagina.
I didn't know that, man.
Camote too, I think, and it's like camote. I always thought it was like this log-looking thing that you eat.
Fucking en caldo de res.
Yeah, but it's like it's also a word for like I think either vagina or penis or something like that in another Latin American country.
Fucking the camote isn't that a eggplant or is that squash?
No, it's like a cone. It looks like a cone, and it's like I don't know how to explain it.
You're good, man. Yeah, but I get exactly what you mean. Because I like eating they're called the raw pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
The pepitas. Yeah, those are, dude. Anybody who's like, I don't know if you have like certain diet, but people who are looking for protein that is not like meat, the raw pepitas have a lot of protein, more than tofu, more than beans, more than.
Yeah, they're really fucking good for you.
They're good for you. More than peanut butter. I know people try to substitute protein with peanut butter or B12 and stuff, but if you're trying to look for like the raw pepitas, those ones, the freaking pumpkin seeds, they have a lot. You gotta get those. You gotta get the unsalted and fucking raw ones, because the cooked ones they're not gonna have as much protein as the regular ones.
Yeah, and I also heard that pumpkin seeds help with your circulation, man. So
they do?
they help your circulation, and they ultimately, help with your libido. No, I'm joking. The aphrodisiac. No, they just help with your circulation. So
okay, yeah, dude. There's a lot of like, it's just like you said, discipline. There's a lot of stuff that you could just do and help yourself. Like just eating healthy is just one thing, but it's just the discipline of just eating healthy food.
Yeah, man. Me and my wife started a diet last year, August of last year, and we lost 50 pounds.
Damn, they're gonna have to hook me up with that diet plan.
I mean, it's keto.
Okay.
It's keto. It's just, it's a little tough, I guess. It's just because you limit yourself by so much.
Yeah.
No carbs, no sugar. That's already everything. No carbs, no sugar. That means no salt, no rice, no pasta, no beans.
Damn, man, I'll eat a lot of rice.
Yeah. So it's like none of that stuff. Like, bread, nothing carbs, and then no fruits. Certain fruits, like maybe raspberries, but no apples, no oranges.
Yeah, because if you think about it too, like all that money, I don't want to sound like a dumbass or nothing like that, but I mean, like all the money that you put into like going to the doctor or whatever, like medical bills, like you can put that money to buying healthy food. Yeah. That will prevent you from spending all that money on medical bills. Yeah. But that's the thing, like nobody, not a lot of people are gonna look at the way, like me or you, like look at certain things,
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, I mean, you can't force them. You can't freaking like force them to eat whatever they don't want to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely can.
And especially too, there's a gang of like fast food places now. Like it's like it's easier to be like, all right, I'm gonna go get like a $5 hamburger, like already made or whatever, and then instead of like cooking something at home because it's faster.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly, man. I used to think that it was gonna cost me so much to eat healthy. You know,
No,
so much, and then it costs you a lot if you eat out healthy. But if you eat healthy at home and just make it a point to cook at home and prep your meals at home, it's actually cheaper than eating out. You know, or eating fast food or eating stuff that's cheap. It's so much cheaper.
You could make a meal and then you probably eat that meal like one day, 2 days, and then like you already saved yourself like 30, 60. I don't know how many. Like it depends if you go out and eat by yourself. Go out
twice a day, one for lunch and one for after work, and it's like 10 and 10. That's $20 a day. You know, that's
imagine it, like let's say you go out on the weekend too. You're gonna take your Wi-Fi and you spend like I don't know, dude. Depends what you guys want to go try out this new restaurant. It's like fucking expensive.
For real,
you know. And it's like you. I mean, once in a while to go out and eat, I think it's fine. Like fucking. There's this like this Mexican food spot like close to my pad, bomb ass whip burritos, and I try to go. I go maybe once a week, you know, on the weekend, you know. And that's what I always get. They already know me. Like every time when I pull up, they already know I ordered the whip burritos. She's already giving me the bag.
The usual. That's funny, dude.
Yeah. Man, that shows how often I go.
Right? No, for real. Si ya te conocen by name.
No, they don't know they don't know my name yet, but they know the order.
Burrito. Yeah,
but see, like stuff like that. Like see, like you go out like once a week to go out and eat. I don't like that's not bad.
Mm-hmm. But you limit yourself. Like you made a sacrifice throughout the week, so you can enjoy that nice meal at the end. You know?
Yeah. That's like when I pick up my little sister from school, she'll be like, "Oh, can we go over here?" I'm like, "Do you want to wait till the weekend? We go to the weekend. We go a little bit earlier instead of going right now."
Yeah, you like it more.
Yeah, like instead of being like all like freaking out in a hurry to go fucking wherever she wants to go, and be like, "You want to wait till the weekend?" Like get a little bit up a little bit early. We'll go there. We get there like more relaxed. Be able to like even sit down and eat inside instead of like waiting for the drive-thru or whatever.
Just little things to kind of get them to like.
Yeah. See, like talking about little things, she'll be the one to tell me like she'll like have a peanut butter jar or like jelly or whatever or like what she can't open it. Automatically, she wouldn't even try it. She'll just be like, "Here," I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I can't open it." I'm like, "Did you even try it?" Like, "No." I'm like, "Well, try opening it." And I'll see her if I see her struggle for a minute, and then I'm like, "All right, here, give it to me." And I'll open it for her. There'll be times there's like now she's a little bit older, but when she was younger, I would do that to her more often. She'll like,
even try it.
Yeah, and then like and then she'll give me like the peanut butter jar. I'm like, "Did you try opening it?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "No." She'll say that, "No." I'm like, try opening it. And I'm like, "Dude, like."
You could have saved yourself some time.
Yeah, like you could really been like making yourself a PB&J or something instead of asking me.
And it kind of teaches them to at least try things before you give up.
Yeah,
like she was just giving up before even trying. Like, how do you even know you don't know you couldn't do something without even trying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good lesson to teach them, man. And it's just simple with little simple stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. Like my little sisters have been a big motivation too.
Your little sister?
Yeah, big motivation.
In what way?
Just like seeing her growing up, man.
Just like seeing her like. Learning.
Yeah, just like growing up and learning, and she's always like wanted to do like stuff that me and my other sister want to do.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh shit.
Like it's nice to see that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, and I'm just like, whoa. I'm like, all right then. So I kind of like try to like that was a big motivation. That kind of like as she got older. I started really like, damn, like, fuck. I'm like, she doesn't want to fucking brother all mopey and sad and depressed all the time. Like, you gotta. Okay. That was a big motivation too. Now that
you wanna be an example.
Yeah.
No, that's.
She'll be the one to be like, why are you sad? And I'm like, I'm not sad. She's like, yeah, you are. You look really serious. And it's more like when I'm driving and I'm like thinking about something. She's like, what are you thinking about? I'm like, what?
You don't realize you're like lost
yeah. And I'm just like, oh man. See, like her doing stuff like that kind of like put me in a position where I was just like, oh shit.
Like I need to. She's seeing everything I'm doing. Like
Yeah, and then that kind of like pushed me to just
Did it make you reflect? Like, cause porque te pregunté.
As soon as she started getting older and asking more questions, I was just like, oh fuck. I was like, I need to really reevaluate like what I'm doing, and like fucking like create like do something that later on, like when she gets older, and be like, yeah, my brother does that.
Yeah,
and that's what he likes doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Something good that she can reflect on, and she probably tell her friends like, oh yeah, my brother likes doing that.
I remember having a conversation with one of my friends at the time. You know, I don't think we're friends anymore, but he was telling me like, because he would always try to help people, you know, like try to teach them stuff.
Yeah.
He was just like, dude, I'm tired of like trying to teach people, you know, like they'll listen for a little bit and then they'll just stop listening, you know. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, I don't know, like, he's like, I feel like I try to teach people stuff, but like I'm not following my own lessons.
You know? Yeah.
Like I'm preaching stuff, but I'm not doing the same thing, you know. And I was like, oh yeah, I know what you mean. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to focus on what I'm doing, and then teach them, but not teach them. Lead by example. Okay, people only listen to you when they see the results of what you're trying to preach.
Yeah.
You know, like if you tell them, oh, pues, you know, you gotta have this dedication. But if you don't have the dedication to do stuff, then no one's gonna be like, okay, like,
yeah.
You're telling me, but you're not doing it. Like,
you how is it? You can't make anyone do anything. You can only influence them.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, and the best influence is to show them, like, look, this is what you can achieve. You've seen me do this. This is what you can achieve with if you do exactly what I did, which is just dedicate myself to it or whatever. And it's like that's the best way to go about it, you know?
Yeah. I could tell already fucked up right here. I should have fucked because I just realized it. I did the finger. Before somebody points it out, I'll be like, hey, this fucked up. I was supposed to draw like the 3 parts of the finger where it bends. I only drew 2.
On that one, right?
Yeah. And I just caught it right now. Okay. I don't know if it was me like going up and just talking to you and just kind of like dozing off and shit. I was like,
that's the one thing. Sometimes it happens here. Like sometimes it's hard to like focus completely on the drawing.
Yeah.
That's why that's one. I'm just kind of doodling. And 2, most of the stuff here, it has to. I can't be in the beginning process or stages of it, you know.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna come through with a fresh paper and just like I was gonna bring that charcoal like clipboard, but I don't know if it was gonna fit on here. That's why I didn't bring it. Yeah, I should have just brought it just to show it.
Yeah, you definitely should have brought it to show, man.
Damn.
Yeah, we could put it here, you know.
Anybody
next
like,
time, dude? Honestly, you're welcome anytime, man. Like, I'm here if you're in the area and like. You're gonna be in the area, like let's say a weekend, and I'm not doing shit, dude. Let's do another podcast. Like I said, I encourage people to come back. You know, it's better if it's a reoccurring artist, like you know, continuing artist. I understand people are busy, but like this is great for me, and hopefully it does something for you, man. At least just chatting and talking through this stuff.
So, yeah, man. Hopefully, like if we could do one in the future, I think it'll be good to like reflect on like anything I spoke about today.
Yeah, and then just see where your process is at that.
Yeah, just like
you've grown from there, you know.
Yeah. Like in a year, a few months, like and be like, oh shit, like
6 months recap, like, hey yo,
embarrass myself,
dude. I don't think anybody's embarrassed themselves. I think one time, the only way I think I'm gonna embarrass myself is if I accidentally fart and the mic catches it. You know, the mic catches it, and we're in a little room. So I'm gonna be like, okay, got you. Like, I have to open the door. I have to pause the entire podcast, and it's gonna be awkward. The artist is gonna be like, "What the fuck, dude? Did you just fart?" You know? It's just like, that's so. I don't think it'll be fun.
I honestly, man, my bad for cutting you off, dude. I'm fucking.
Dude,
I'm like,
don't even apologize, man.
I don't even know why. I fucking my dumbass always like. See, I have like bad fucking like customer service and shit.
No, dude. Like you're not even interrupting. Like honestly, I see yes. Like así se habla. Like I've been doing the same thing to you. I don't mean to do it, but
Oh
you know,
no,
like,
dude! I thought you were
talking,
good.
I was like, oh shit.
See
like,
that? See right there. That's like I think about that a lot. Like when I'm like when I was gonna come here today, I honestly didn't know what else I was gonna talk about. I was like, oh, this dude probably has like a series of questions. And then when I asked you, I was like, do you guys usually like ask questions? And you're just like, no, just whatever. And I'm just like, oh shit. And I just didn't know what exactly. I'm like, I had an idea. I'm like, yeah, if we could talk about art and stuff, like, you know, anything that like probably like similar interests and stuff like that. Yeah,
I think we've had such a wide range of topics.
Oh yeah,
we've talked about everything and art, you know, music, anime. I mean, we've talked about everything, man. But I think that's what's cool about this. Like we're hanging out, we're chilling, we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're trying to understand each other. We're talking similar interests, and you know, I think this is how you get to know people a little more. You know,
definitely.
We have the same interests, but you know, you grew up differently. I grew up differently. You know, but like we can sit across from each other and like draw and talk about, you know, topics that affect both of us or have affected us or whatever. You know, like. Anime shit, whatever, dude. Like,
I tripped out when you said like, "Oh, have you heard of the anime chicks?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I remember that movie, and you thought about that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, fucking, I don't know, man. Like, I like podcasts. It's so weird. I like doing podcasts. So do you have any shows you might be going to this year or be trying to go to this year? Do you go to like art shows?
I mean, I've gone to a few, but it's just I'm just really like if I know the people there, like I'll go, but I gotta know like ahead of time. Like if I know the day of, I'm like fuck, like it fucks with my schedule or whatever. Depending if I'm getting off of work late or something.
You work full time?
Yeah, but right now I think transitioning to like get another job.
Guesses right now. You don't mind talking about it?
It's not.
Yeah,
it like it's like I should be doing something better than what I'm doing now. You know. I like anybody who I know like I'll go to their art shows and stuff, but it's just like but I gotta like find out about them like a week ahead of time because I find out the day of I'm just like oh shit, like I still have to get home, shower, eat something, and then go.
Yeah. Okay. Are you participating in any of them?
Right now, no.
Mm-hmm. Would you be interested in participating?
Yeah,
I have friends with like galleries, and they always have like, you know, pop up shows that are coming out.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Very welcoming with everybody, so that's why I fuck with them. You know, like, oh yeah, they're dope. So, you know, if I hear anything like artist calls and stuff, shoot them.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. I mean, with you just uploading them on your like story,
yeah,
I'll be able to see them.
Dope. You should definitely try to submit some stuff, man. Like, I think that's probably like another step that I think you should take.
I've done like art shows in the past, but it's just like I've never like put in like 10 pieces or like 1 or 2 pieces, you know.
One or two.
I've seen some people like there was this one in Long Beach that I went to, and this one girl had like at least like it was all like it looked like big old like poster boards, and she had a bunch of like watercolor pieces, and it was like 20 different ones on one wall, and I was just like, whoa,
that's crazy.
And I like this. Like you could tell like how she does her stuff and like just her like her unique style, and I was just like, damn, that's fucking badass.
Dope.
And
yeah, I don't have that much paintings, man. Like these are probably all I have, and half of these aren't finished. Like, this one's not finished.
Dude, that one looks fucking. That one looks
not finished. That one's finished.
Okay. Because I was about to say, I was like, that one looks good.
Yeah,
that one looks really good.
That one and those two are different.
Yeah, you were just working on that one, weren't you?
That one's done.
Okay.
That one's done.
Yeah, like that one's not.
The
like
portrait's done, yeah, and then that one's done. All right. Yeah, so I guess 1, 2, 3, 4 are done, and 4 aren't done. Or 5, I have one.
Yeah, little by little, man. Little by little.
Yeah. I mean, it's just they're so big, dude. They're so big, so it like.
What size are the big ones?
The big ones are 60 by 48.
Oh, okay.
Or 60 by 40. No, 60 by 40.
Okay.
Yeah, so 60 tall, 40 long.
Mm-hmm.
That one's 40 by 40.
Okay.
It's more like a square. Yeah, 40 by 40. I really like that one, man. Like,
dude, when you were doing that, I was just like, hey, that's sick. Is that from an album cover or is it just or from a music video?
No, dude, I just put it together.
Oh.
I put it together. Like the original reference of this is black and white, so I just added the color.
Oh shit.
The hand is from another picture of him, and I placed it there. And the robe, his jacket is not red, like a different color. I think it might be black. And then the sky is from another reference. So I put all that together, and I was like, man, I think this will be a dope painting.
No, I remember when you were doing that one. The thing that amazed me was this one. I think the last time I came here, like, I remember I looked at it and I was just like, damn, this shit's
I'm taking that to the Alley Gallery in Pomona today.
Oh,
I'm
sick!
Hanging over there for a bit, yeah. So hopefully it sells. We'll see. Yeah.
Did you ever mess with oil before? Like, I mean, oil with acrylic? Like,
yeah,
before we started?
With acrylic.
Oh,
I did a couple paintings with acrylic, and then this one's acrylic. I do acrylic at my other job. You know, I teach those paint and sip classes.
Oh,
yeah,
sick! Hey, I've seen that you've gone to Ink and Drink in Long Beach. How is that,
dude?
I'm like literally. I'm not. I mean,
admits it next time. Man. I'll send you the info and stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's not too late.
Yeah,
I'll probably be able to. That's not bad. I'll probably be able to make it.
You know, or you can leave early or just stop by for an hour, chill, talk, conversate, bounce. Especially because it's so close to your house. You probably won't take that long to go home.
Like 15, 20 minutes?
For me, it takes me like...
Fucking half an hour, 40?
Half an hour, 40. So, like, when I go there, I go a bit early.
Yeah.
I leave a bit late. But I already, I prepare myself, man, because I like it, man. It's really fun. Really, really fun. I haven't tried any of the other ones. I think there's a couple more ink and drinks.
Oh, for real?
Ink or drinking and drawing type shit, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know how the other ones are. I've only been to the...
yeah, there was this... her name's Maribel. Maribel. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, she would host a little art like get-togethers like at a cafe in Long Beach too. And I would always tell her, like, hey, I'm gonna go. And like my schedule just wouldn't.
Oh shit! Dude, sometimes that happens.
You know, I'll see her, like, she'll post up the address or whatever they're gonna be at. And I'll be like, oh yeah, like I'll hit her up and be like, hey, yeah, I might go today. And I just never show up, and I'll just be like, fuck.
Okay, gotcha, dude. You know what? It sucks. I wish I could go to all the events, like, of artist friends that I have. You know? And then just sometimes I don't get it on my feed, you know?
Oh,
it takes
yeah.
forever to get it on my feed, and by the time I get it, like, I've already made plans.
Sometimes I wait. I've waited a few times for, like, the podcast, like, for you to drop the little, just like the
preview?
Yeah, the preview for them, and I'm just like, you know, and then I just go on YouTube and look and see if the new ones are up.
No, exactly, you know, so it's like, you don't really know exactly when it's going to pop up or anything. I'm trying to do them every week, man, but... You know, there's been like last time I was gonna release one this week, but the fucking thing didn't fucking corrupted. Shit. It didn't record. It was fucking stupid, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel bad, but you know, I let her know, and she was like, "Oh, it's okay. We can record, some other time." But right now it's been good. It's been recording, but yeah, man. If you're interested in like events like that, or even like the pop-up art shows, like I told you, man, I'll send you all that info, dude. I really think.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to creating more of this.
Yeah, man. Especially if it looks like you're in you're like in this flow, like that's you're producing.
Yeah, like I try to
higher rate, you know. So that's good, man. Like that's what you need.
Yeah, I don't post a lot on my Instagram, like on my Instagram post, but if people ever if they ever look at my stories, either I'm fucking posting up funny ass memes or posting up like sketches or something that I'm work in progresses that I'm doing, and then I'll take a picture of the final one on my story, but I won't post it on my post because I'm like, sometimes I've noticed this. To me, I'll look at it and I'll be like, all right, this looks pretty good, like it looks fine, and I'll take a picture of it, and it's just like, I don't know if it's my camera. It just like it gives it those little details. Just gives the camera just I don't know. No, it's like it's just like a weird like it. I don't know if it like distorts it. Like the whole image is there, but it's just like finer little details. It like distorts them. And I'm just like, yeah, it might be my phone, but and that's why it kind of helps me. It keeps me back from posting those stuff. Yeah, that's how I only post them on my story because it's like they look okay on my story, but when I post them, when I put them as a post, it kind of like they look all weird.
What about like a camera, like a not a phone camera? Like
Yeah,
maybe
I have one. I just thank God to I don't know if Stan if you ever see this. No, but he gave me a camera.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, he just hooked me up. He was just like, dude, I don't use it,
Take it.
and I was like,
Dope.
oh shit.
Stan?
Yeah, his name's Stan.
Yeah, good looking out.
He's older dude. He's older dude. Yeah.
He's a cool friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I think that's a good thing to do. Like organize your pictures and post them up. You know, even if it's not for like anything else, but to be able to show your work in a more condensed way. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I think you should post them up, man. Like I haven't seen a lot of these in your.
Oh, I know. Yeah, because because this one when I got done with it, I put it on my Instagram story. I just didn't post it. Yeah. This one along with like 3 other ones, they're on my Instagram on post, but all these other ones are not.
Are not, yeah.
Like I should probably post this one and this one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, I know sometimes the pictures aren't gonna be like, especially with your camera, you know, but get it as best as you can, get it out there. And then if you get a better camera later, just retake a picture and repost it. Like I repost my stuff sometimes here and there, you know, just to make sure to let people know, hey, I'm still here. You know, I still make shit. You know,
yeah.
People were just like, unless you're constantly showing them something, like I haven't seen stuff from my friends in a while, but because they haven't posted in a while, or you know, you can't just check up on everybody. You know,
yeah.
You know, it just needs to be fed.
The only reason, my bad, but the only reason, like, I sometimes I be able to keep up with everybody is when I look at their stories.
Oh, yeah, stories. Yeah.
Because if people are constantly posting stuff in their stories, they'll be like, oh, new. I notice this a lot with people like, oh, new. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or when they put a new post, and it's like, all right, like they put a new post up, you go look, and they have like 3 other ones you haven't even looked at.
I gotta like that one. No, I do the same shit, dude. I do the same shit where it's like, oh man, like I missed out on like a couple of posts, you know, of people. But yeah, definitely stories. Like if I see their story and be like, see what they, you know, what they got. Like
yeah.
That they're working on stuff. Let's see if they posted either the finished one or
that's
that's what I'm saying. Like
that's me right there. Like I'll post. As I said later on, I'll probably post this one, and then like I'll post another picture of it when it's like semi done, and then later on I'll post the whole thing. And I probably won't put it on
in your main thing, right?
Yeah. One of my homegirls got me on that. She's like, I showed her a picture of something I created. Mm-hmm. She's like, are you gonna post this one? And I was just like, maybe. Why? And I was like, yeah, I probably will. And then she put a meme up of some guy going like, yes. And I was just like, oh, you're dumb.
That's funny, dude. But yeah, man, you should definitely post it. I think my wife is the same way as far as like. She won't post a lot of her drawings. Like she'll do so many drawings and so much fucking dope, cute shit, and then she won't post them on. I'm like, what are you doing?
You know what I noticed when people like that, like it's more like if they're creating a lot of stuff of that or whatever they're doing, and they keep posting. Trust me, there's gonna be 1,001 people that are gonna like it.
Yeah, that's why
it might not be like not in their their circle.
Showing everything.
Mm-hmm. There's probably some people in like Japan, fucking or. Asia or like I don't know over there in India, Egypt, they're gonna look at it. They're gonna start telling their people like, "Hey, look, they're doing this. Do you like it?" And then they're gonna start. Everybody's. I mean, it's inevitable. Social media is fucking blowing up as we speak. Yeah. So that's you should. You should like push her to like start uploading all that shit, dude. All of it.
I always try to push her, man. I always try to push her, but like I think her, like everybody else, like you're very self-conscious about your stuff. You know, unless it's perfect how you want it, you won't release it. It's
the camera, dude. I mean, like it doesn't look distorted or nothing, but it's just like
it's not your camera's not sufficient.
Yeah, it doesn't pick up those little like I don't know, man. It's like those little tiny like little bits that I want to be shown.
Maybe
it's just like
scanner.
They get erased.
Since you are working on smaller paper. You know, maybe a scanner too. Like there's options, man.
Yeah.
I think that's probably your next step, dude. Like,
I've been wanting to get a print. I want to get a printer because there's been stuff like I want to like stencil out, and then I want to be able to print out the whole image. That way I can look at it as I draw it and then stencil it. Yeah,
man. You know what I do? I prep my files. I set up like different zoomed in versions, and then the big one of my reference, and then I go to fucking Staples.
Oh,
I use their color printer and I'll be like, I'm gonna print some shit. It's not the best fucking color printer, but it's enough for me to.
Oh yeah, just see, yeah.
Just so I can have some paper copies of, tape them, and I don't have to be on my phone. I can use my phone for something else.
I wanted to get like one of these, and then put like a selfie stick on it. That way, just take out the stuff, that little rubber part.
Yeah, just use the little
and mount it on there. That way, I can just keep my phone on there. Because constantly when I'm doing trying to draw a charcoal piece, I'm like on my phone. I have a pencil here, and I have another pencil, and I'm just like.
And then your hand gets tired.
And then I'm just like my hand's tired of holding my phone. That's what I say. That's the way I showed you how I stand. Yeah, I put my knee on the chair. Yeah, that's what I do.
Dude, there's some. I mean, you find a way for sure. You find a way to figure out how to get comfortable to draw and stuff. I love art, dude. I love art. I love making
one
art.
creation at a time, man.
I love talking about art. Damn, dude. How much time does it say on the little window?
2:04.
Alright.
Damn, man.
We'll end it at 2:04. Damn. I didn't even feel like 2 hours, dude.
Nah, dude, it felt like 30 minutes.
Yeah, dude, right? It felt like I didn't. What the fuck? It went by so quick, dude.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much, man, for coming out. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad we got to talk about all kinds of things. I feel like I know you more, and honestly, you're always welcome here. And if we can kick it outside, we should,
definitely, man. Definitely.
And if you're in the area, man, and you want to draw, and even if you don't want to do a podcast, dude, we could just. There's more than enough space here to just fucking draw together and just chill. Dude. If you want to see fucking paint or whatever, it's your studio, man. You're welcome.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for having me.
So next time, man.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, can I get a shout out or what?
Oh, yeah. All right, cool.
Before we leave, hey, if anybody wants to get their makeup done, follow Artistry by Luna on Instagram. She got the hookups right now. I don't know when this is gonna be posted, but she's doing hookups for Valentine's Day. I don't know if it's gonna be posted anytime soon.
See, what's the date? Dude, if we don't do any edits, man, I can release it before Monday. By Monday.
Okay, yeah. Follow Artistry by Luna if you guys anybody want any for all the females that want to get their makeup done, and also follow Out of the Harbor on Instagram.
Yeah, Luis right there.
Yep. Shout out to Grateful Artist.
Dope,
big supporter.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Luis is dope. He's really cool, man. Any more shout outs?
No, we're good, man. That's it.
All right, definitely send me all that info so we can put it on the description.
Okay.
I have Grateful Artist stuff, but Luna.
Yeah.
What's the Instagram again?
Yeah, Artistry by Luna. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you right now.
So we'll put it on. And all right. So bye.
Later.
It's all